welcome to Nurse Talk Podcast. I am your host, Andrea Jordan. Today we're going to talk about nursing, what's going on in the ins and out of nursing and what's in today's world of nursing, because a lot has changed in nursing now. So we're going to talk about a lot of things, so get ready. First, I want to start this off, and I've been wanting to do this podcast for a minute, for a while, and I've been wanting to do it. But I wanted to wait till my sister has her board and become a nurse first. So I kept telling her, like, nope, I'm not going to do it until you become a nurse. So I want to say congratulations to you.
Yes, congratulations.
Yeah, so with that being said, we're going to get started on nursing. So I did have some people more people who have experience in the hospital and nursing homes. I'm a long-term care geriatric nurse. I've been in healthcare for over 30 years, been a nurse for 18 years. I had a little experience working in the hospital when I did a little traveling nursing, but not a lot. But nursing, I feel like hospital nursing, being a nurse in a hospital and long-term care is two different worlds. So we're going to talk about that. But first, I just want to talk about my first thing is compassionate. Like, I feel like a lot of people, they got into nursing now, and it's not enough. It's not no compassion no more. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people just, people say nurses make a lot of money. I think that's just like a mind thing, a myth that everybody just, saying that to boost the ego up or whatever. But nurses don't make a lot of money. It's like,
no, really.
Like, if you don't get up and go to work and work 1,000 hours, we're just regular right. Workers, So a lot of people, because a lot of people got that, idea or thinking that nurses make a lot of money, then you got a lot of people want to get in nursing, but they're in it for the money, but not the compassionate and being compassionate to the patients. So I feel like in the nursing home setting, they do give us too many patients, to care for a lot of patients, for one nurse, and you do get overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. You do get overwhelmed. So I just want to ask, first I'm going to start you off with Madison. Mm-hmm. So Madison is a new nurse, so just introduce yourself and tell you, what have you, from you transitioning from an STNA to a nurse, what have you experienced and noticed the difference in what's going on in the nursing?
Hi, my name is Madison. I've been a nurse for 8 months, going on 9. The difference between STNA transitioning to a nurse for me is it's more of a mental fatigue. I get more mentally fatigued, and I'm expected to do more throughout my day. I feel like, how can I explain it? So let's say I have like 25 to 30 residents. It's like it's different from having like 10 residents to have to take care of throughout the day. I have like the whole hallway to take care of with kind of no help, basically. I'm like in charge instead of being able to ask for help. I'm just learning as I go, and that's all I can do for right now.
So basically, I'm going to help you out here. So basically, from being an SCNA, you were used to getting your assignment and going and helping with their everyday ADLs, and you were able to kind of like pace yourself.
Yes.
Versus now you got more patients.
Yes.
On your hands, and then you don't have to do more of the physical stuff, but mentally.
Yes.
So that's where you say.
And I kind of had more of a routine when I was an aide, but now it's like you got to just do what you got to do at that time to get it done. There's not no routine in being a nurse. Kind of, but not really.
Okay, Brittany, so what do you feel about today's world in nursing? And I know me and you have worked together, before, and you're a great nurse. And what do you feel about today's world nursing from what it was in the past?
Hello, everybody. I'm Brittany. I've been a nurse for 5 years. I feel like a lot has changed. So I feel like in the beginning it was more hands-on help. I feel like it was more people that would, what they say, hands on deck. I feel like more people came out of their offices, came to help and assist with things when we were short. So whereas now I feel like everything is on the nurse, and I do know that we took the responsibility to go to school to get the license, and I do understand that it is our job. But I feel like sometimes what upper management tends to forget is that in a 12-hour span, we have family members, doctor's visits, doctor's roundings, falls, acute outs. We have so much going on in the midst of our day. We're not just passing pills or doing treatment. So there's so much going on that I feel like, we don't understand. And then we're not only just focusing on the residents, we still also have to, what I don't like to do is micromanage aides. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean that we're all adults, and I don't want to micromanage because I need to focus on the residents. So I don't want to look for my aides, or I don't want to tell them what to do because we all should know our jobs. I was an aide as well, too. So it's kind of frustrating. I'm a young nurse, so sometimes it can be hard to tell another person the same age as you or older than you what to do and how to do that, and it becomes more like a back and forth type of thing. I think now work is just, I'm here, I'm coming to get my money, and I'm going home.
Yeah, that is true. A lot of people, but not only just with the, working with different people, different staff members, we have to deal with a lot of family members. A lot of family members everybody want their loved one taken care of. And a lot of family members don't understand we have other people, loved ones also we're taking care of. So they come in and they want it now. When you dealing with somebody else, like my loved one need help right now when you with somebody else's loved one. So I want to ask, Tammy, have you ever been in a situation where that ever happened, and how do you handle that?
It happens all the time. I'll just let them know. I'm Tammy Westmoreland. I've been a nurse for 17 years, and I have experience in long-term, skilled. I'm currently working at assisted living, so it's totally different from skilled versus assisted living. And so sometimes we have to keep educating our families like this is assisted living. So although your family member might need something at that moment, we have other residents. And so I will get there and I will get to them when I can. And if it's an emergency, then you call 911. Because again, it's assisted living. And so a lot of them are able to do everything on their own. And majority of our families, and a lot of our families do what they want to do. So it's always good for us to always continue to educate our families, let them know that we are doing the best that we can. Your family is not being ignored.
Yes.
So it's a lot. And so back to what you guys were saying previous, like people don't realize, especially in skilled, it is emotionally exhausting and draining. Because it's constant where you are not just passing pills. I remember that's why I prefer assisted living at this moment. But being in the skilled world, you doing like 30 blood sugars, you doing vitals, and then you have family members calling you on top of you got to make appointments, you got to call to get transportation for them to get to their doctor's appointments. You have wound treatments, you have to talk to the doctor, you have to call the pharmacy. Now people want their medicine stats, so then you got to go and try to call and get. Like, it's so much, and people don't realize that although, they like, yeah, you're a nurse, or you, we can get into the whole LPN versus RN, which drives me crazy. Don't ask me what kind of nurse I am. I'm a nurse.
Right.
I'm a nurse.
Right.
Like, I don't ask you what kind of age you are. Like, what kind of firefighter are you? Doesn't matter.
Right.
I'm a nurse, and that's my title. And so that's just been the biggest challenge I can say, too, as far as being in the healthcare field as nursing. And being in it for 17 years is definitely different. Like you said, people do not get into it for the compassion and for the sympathy and just to take care of others. They get into it for a check. And the aid thing, like, yeah, you shouldn't have to tell an aide what to do. And real quick, ironically, one of my aides just became a medical tech. a med tech, and she was like literally wouldn't speak to me because I told her to do something. I need you to get to your job. But now she looking at like, oh my God, I'll give y'all so much more credit. Yes. I respect you as a nurse because this is a lot. This is a lot. People pulling me back and forth. She was like, and so she was just like beaming. This is I've been working with this girl for 3 years. The first long conversation that we had, and she now can see like, yeah, y'all. She was like, she was like, I feel bad because some of the aides wanted me to help, and I can't. Like, oh, yeah, we can't. You can't do my job, so don't expect me to keep helping. I will assist if I can, but we can't always do that. So it's just communication. Like I tell them all the time, even when I did an assignment in Charlotte, I'm like, I'm not here to be a boss or be controlling, but we all here for the same reason, and that's to take care of these patients. That's our common goal. So.
Right. Well, that's good, and that's a good point because we can't be everywhere. We have to be right there first and foremost for the patients. We can't be all over the place all the time, and they do be expecting that. Like, well, the nurses just sitting there, and they're sitting here recharting too. The little bit that we chance we can, do we have to get to charting. Well, I want to Chandra. So how have it been being a nurse? I know.
I hate it.
No, she said she was going to be real. Go ahead.
I've been a nurse for a month. It's been a month, and it's mental, stressful. It's a lot, and I think I have went to 2 different places. I should have stayed. I mean, I'm at my other place, but when I went to the other place, it is. How can you take care of 30 residents, passing meds, charging? I mean, I was going crazy. I was like, I ain't coming back. I'd rather be an aide. I'm scared. I mean, that's how I felt.
It's huge.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Healthcare has changed so much, and it's unfortunate for good people who really want to do it for the right reasons and getting into it now are having those struggles because you have other people who are not in it for the right. And like she said, you don't have that assistance like you used to. You don't have the DONs, the ADONs, and them coming out to help. It's all on you now. So it's a lot.
It was like I had 25 patients at the other place. They had I think 15 blood pressures. I mean, it was like you had to be done 10 o'clock with your med pad. I'm like, how am I get done with all that? You know, but when I was looking at these people, they was shortcutting. But I'm like, I'm not going to put that down there because I don't know how is this blood pressure. I'm not going to, we playing with people's lives.
Yes.
So the lady was like, when I just let you do it, I'm like, and it was almost 11 o'clock when I was almost done, but I was doing it the right way. So if you're really doing it the right way, it's no way you're getting done. I mean, it was just oh my goodness. I got home I hate it. I hate it.
You'll find your routine.
Yeah.
You can do it right and
you'll find your routine.
It's a routine. Remember, I was just telling you, there's certain things because they put so much on us. It's so much, and like you said, if you get done at the right time, you cutting corners. And I say with cutting corners, it's not really cutting corners. Some things you just gotta prioritize.
Yes.
It's basically once you learn that prioritize, then you can get things done. So some things you just don't have to do just right now. Even though if they do at 9 o'clock, we probably can't do it at 9 o'clock. If it say somebody eye drops is due at 9 o'clock, we probably can go back and do it at 10 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? It's when you learn your routine and you get it done. It's not to do it, cut corners and not to do it, but cut corners to prioritize. What's more important? Somebody eye drop or somebody over here needing a breathing treatment? So it's I've learned that over the years. It's all about prioritizing. So once you get that down packed, and then you can always go back and, hey, such and such needed this. Somebody who need a lidocaine patch on their back. That's something you can prioritize because 9 out of 10, a lot of cane patches don't work, but not saying don't give it to them, but you can prioritize and go back and put that patch on them at a later time. So that's how I kind of like, I learned, I got a routine and I learned how to do it. It's not cutting corners, but I prioritize. So that's where, you know, a lot of people have to learn that. Like, it is, we're taking care of people and it's their lives, you know, and things like that. But they taught us that in nursing school about prioritizing, you know. So, Akia, Nurse Akia.
Hi. Oh,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay. I'm Kia. I've been a nurse. It'll be 2 years in December. I do want to say, I want to piggyback off of what you said about your med tech. Because when I was an aide, I was the same way. I used to be like, oh, the nurse is just sitting down, they're not doing anything. And I would be frustrated, you know, because I didn't know how it was on the opposite end. So when I got there, I'm like, oh, my gosh, I need to go back and apologize to every nurse that I ever was, you know, upset about. Or I would think, like, you flustered. But it's like, you know, I'm like, okay, I get it, you know. And I do want to go back about the just transitioning from being an aide to a nurse. It is a lot. So I can get how, you know, flustered you are or, you know, but I can say one thing that I have learned from you, I can say is prioritizing. Honestly, it's going to get better. It will. And that's how you know your heart is in it. So you just keep going. But, like, once you prioritize, like she said, the lidocaine patch, the eye drops, you won't be everywhere because you can't do everything. It's not possible, you know. And like she said, eye drop, 10. Lidocaine patch at, you know, a later time. So I can say that I have learned that from you, honestly, just working with you through agency and everything else. So I did just want to piggyback on that. But what was your question? I'm sorry.
No, I just wanted you, to say what you feel about the nursing.
Yes,
and it is, to me, being like sometimes, and I love like some of the the new nurses that I do work with, like Madison. You know, she always will ask me questions, and I love it. Or if I be like, you should do it this way, whatever. She don't have the attitude. You will have some of the new nurses, you know, be upset. Like be upset with you. You like, I'm a nurse. You ain't got to tell me that. I'm a nurse too. You know, but I'm still learning. After 18 years, it's still things that I'm learning. I don't know everything, but I love, you know, the new nurses who take my advice because I done seen things.
And I know I do. I'm telling her, could you tell me that? I'm so sorry. I know I'm getting on your nerves, but she's like, and you know, I have some. I mean, at my job I've been for 17 years. I have had some really, people that really just been patient with me.
Yeah. Right.
Because I know I'll be like, what is this? I can't find it, and they'll come and help me find it because it's like. I be so frustrated, like, you know, I'm ready to leave. But I'm gonna get it.
Yeah. But that is a good thing too, and I do want to say, let me give you your flowers because you are one of the nurses. Me's doing agency. You really were one nurse that wasn't like a mean nurse. Yeah. I'm like, you like, if you need help, ask me. I can help you. Like you say, do it this way. I'm like, okay, it is better this way. You're right. You know, I'm not as stressed, so I can't give you your flowers for that. And I thank you for that, honestly. I really do. You are literally one of the first nurses that I can say that really I can come to anytime and you like, okay, this is what you would do. Or still to this day, I'm still coming to you. So I do appreciate you on that, honestly.
I appreciate you.
Say one thing. Starting out, I don't know where you work at, but a lot of skill, if you have aides that are in school for nursing, they will be happy to go to get that blood pressure,
yes,
vitals for you. That takes a lot off of your plate. So that's another way that you can like kind of focus on your med pass and be like, hey, can you go get these blood sugars real quick for me? They love that part because that's getting them acclimated and being in that role, especially if they really in it for the right reason. Yeah. So if you can get some aides that's in there and you know they're in nursing school, utilize them.
Oh, I'm sorry. You got to check to make sure that it's okay with the facility because where I work, they're not allowed to do that.
Really?
So I just had that issue because I was trying to get some help one day. I was swamped and I had an aide volunteer to help, but I didn't think that it was outside of scope because when I was an aide, we could do it. So I thought they could still do it, and they cannot. Well, at my place. So I'm not saying everywhere, but just.
Would take blood pressure?
do blood sugars.
Oh, yeah, I don't think they can do it neither.
Yeah. And then sometimes they don't want to do blood pressures either because they don't know what's critical versus not critical, what's reportable, what's not.
But that's why they
not discrediting anybody. I'm just saying. Sometimes
I agree.
nurses say that.
But that's why they taking the blood pressure. They telling the nurse what it is, so we know. We gonna know if it's critical. Yeah, but they not gonna do. That's okay. I've never heard that. All of our supervisors them allowed that. So.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
So, Miss Markiana.
Hi.
So, tell us your background and what you, as far as nursing, what things has changed and what you experiencing right now in today's world nursing, and where you working at now, like what department? Like.
Okay. So I am Markiana. I've been a nurse for 10 years. I started off at Good Sam as a patient transporter, and that's when I realized I wanted to be a nurse because I was in school undecided. And so I became a PCA, and I loved being a PCA in the hospital. That was amazing. And then I was in school for my RN. Well, I was doing my prereqs for my RN, and I was waiting to get into the program, but it was a long waiting list. So my friend was like, hey, like, become an LPN like me. I'm like, well, what you do? Because she was in a nursing home, I was in the hospital, so I didn't really know. And she was telling me, so I said, okay. I applied, got right in the program. Oh, going from the hospital to the nursing home, terrible. I was a PCA. I had, like, at the most 8 patients. And going into the nursing home as the LPN, I had, like, 25, 30 patients as a nurse. Like, I'm like, that's crazy. I couldn't wait to go back to school, get my RN. So when I became an RN, the nursing world was different, like just short staff, nurses in it for just the money, patients ain't getting quality care. I'm like, when I was a PCA wanting to become a nurse, it was so different. So I honestly been over nursing. I actually changed my master's degree from nursing to business. But, yeah, so right now I am working as a school nurse, which is cool. It's cool. But I'm back in school, so I kind of am trying to get out of the nursing world. Because it's just not the same. People ain't in it for the right reasons. Patients ain't getting the care they deserve. And it's just different for me. It's not fulfilling my passion. Like, it's just different. So I'm on a whole nother route.
It's really unfortunate. I feel the same way you feel. I've been doing it for 17 years, and I do have one foot in, one foot out. I do a lot of things as well, but I'm like, if all the good nurses leave, it's like, what's going to happen to our people? Like, because everybody is saying that now. Everybody's like, I'm leaving, and I just feel so bad. Like, what's going to happen to the people?
It's crazy how God worked, though, because I said I got my master's in business, so I was looking for a different type of job. But no job's calling me back because I got no experience. All my experience is in nursing. So I ended up getting this nursing school job, and I'm like, okay, God, I'm supposed to be here. So I'm saying that, but who knows what's in store for me. But, yeah. Right. Yeah, I agree with you, though.
So, I think I done touched on all the nurses, right? I done touched on you?
No. And I have something I need to say, girl. I heard everybody's speech, and I could not agree more. Like, nursing. Let me just start back. I'm Brianna. I've been a nurse 7 years, going on 8 years. I currently work in a rehab facility. Prior to that, I did peds. I had a trach patient, and he was my private patient. And I just have to say it's completely different. Like, the demand, the hospital setting, the nurse setting, I honestly feel like we need to have parameters on the amount of patients that we're allowed to have. Like, the hospitals are mandated ratios. Nursing homes, they will give you as many as your floor can handle, 30 plus patients. They don't care about the care, and it hurts good nurses. I don't know all of you personally, but everybody sounds like a good nurse, and it hurts good nurses. We get burnt out. We're trying to move fast. We can't wrap our head around it, but we're prioritizing, and we're still trying to, share that light that we're supposed to give, and the reason why we started nursing in the first place. So all the people who are feeling the drought and decline, I have felt that myself, but I just want to encourage us all, to stick with it and stay to it, because the world needs light givers, and we're light givers. I think nurses are special.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that.
No.
Well, we didn't talk to all the nurses. I'm going to get back to all the nurses, but I want to talk to Dr. Akia. We have Dr. Akia in the building with us. And she is a doctor. So tell you what you feel about nursing, about the whole healthcare, and what you see the loads on us nurses. And so tell us what you think.
Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Dawson. I'm a physician at the Christ Hospital. And I get to work with nurses for every single day. And I think ultimately with nurses, and what I see is the more their patient load is, the more you see nurses are more prone to like burnout, or maybe they feel a little bit more overworked. I know a lot of the beautiful nurses here, they talked about things such as, prioritizing and making sure meds get to patients at a specific hour. But I think, one of the things that if you can touch on is either two things. One, if you're going to have 30 plus patients, then we need more nurses working with those patients. Or if you have just general patient care on the floor, then you need to have less patients, nurse to patient. So maybe like 4 patients to 1 nurse, or 5 patients to 1 nurse, so that the patients can get the care that they need. Working mostly in the inpatient setting, what I've seen, if you go to the ICU, there are only 2 patients to 1 nurse to get the most exquisite care, magnificent care. But if you go to the floor, there are 4 or 5 patients, it kind of slows down. So the more the load, the heavier the work, of course. So I'm just listening to all of your stories, and I'm just like, 30 patients. And I'm like, no. So my hat's off to everybody, because that's a lot of patients, because you have to, anything can happen at one moment, blood pressure could be low, the patient could fall, and just having to watch over all of those patients it's a lot. So I think, I like that topic the most, but just in healthcare in general, the nurses are our beacon. They're our eyes and ears on the floor. We need them. They need to be honored every day. I know there's like 1 month a year where they're honored. So I think that's my perspective. I hope I answered the question okay, but yeah.
And then in the hospital and the nursing home, and I think the nurse to patient ratio in the hospital, it is, because they got to do a lot of critical thinking. The hospital is more critical thinking, so they have that. I think that's how the nursing boards or whatever, how they come up with that, because in the hospital, these people in there critical, and then these, you got to do a lot of critical thinking in there. Versus years ago in the nursing homes, because now if y'all realize, they don't even call them nursing homes no more. They call them rehabilitation centers, which were years ago when I first, I started off at SCNA years ago too, and you had like your geriatric elderly patients. Nowadays, we don't have that no more. You got your elderly geriatric patients mixed with your meth patients. You have a lot. They mix. It's like baby boomers. Everything is just mixed nowadays. So they still that nurse ratio. They going off of years ago when you probably did 20 elderly little ladies. They're elderly. You're really just compassion, being their companion, giving them compassion, and they're not even taking that many medications because they just in a nursing home because they elderly. So that's what it was years ago. But we don't have that no more. And I think they need to revise that as far as how many, we can have, because it's not that no more. We don't need to just give her little Lasix to pull the water off her feet, or whatever. That you had the few little drug medicines we gave them. Now you got a whole full, pills with this patient, that patient. And it is, if they didn't cram all of them together. And I feel like now they say they rehabilitation. I feel like it's like a step down from the hospital, so that they be in a hospital, and the hospital, it depends on their insurance. And if their insurance is not going to cover them, they got to kick out. So now the social worker say, hey, you're going to go home, or you need some more rehabilitation. We're going to send you to a nursing home. when now they cramming that on us. So nursing, we really do like some hospitals, because these patients just left the hospital. They still need that type of care, but their insurance didn't, so they throw them on us, which are geriatric patients. So we are getting overwhelmed with our working, with what we can do, and it's hard to prioritize when you had that. Then you got a patient where they coming up on you because they need methadone pills or whatever, and they pounding you. I need it now. But then you got this patient over here really needs you too. It's like that's where it's getting overwhelmed. And I think I said we need to. I wish we can sit in like nursing board meetings and go to the state of Ohio, and we need to start being an advocate for ourselves and go talk and let them know it's not that no more when they printed out this thing, the nurse ratio in these nursing homes, because it's not even called nursing homes anymore.
When I was 34 years old, I was 204 pounds, overweight, stayed tired, low self-esteem. Now I'm 52 years old, 150 pounds. I have good energy, good clarity. I love it. They rehabilitation centers, and we are overworked.
So, Miss Andrea, may I ask a question? What do you think are some of the things that you can do differently in terms of just like how to alleviate the workload on the nurses, and just what could be changed to make you feel more comfortable to like, specifically in the nursing home, because that's where I'm hearing.
And that's how I feel like half the load, more nurses. It's like a lot of facilities, they want to be on budget. So they cut staff, and we overwork. So I think like it's main. It goes to the owners of these facilities too. They have to. Everything is about $1. It's about $1. So if they give us more staff, then that will help, and that's what we need. We need more staff. We need more nurses. It's so many nurses out here now, but how are we short staffed? When it's everybody going to school for nursing now. Everybody going to school for nursing now. And we short staffed. And that's because the facilities only want to hire these many. They don't want to have 4 or 5 nurses to a building, or so that will cut. If we can get like 10 to 12 patients, I guarantee you it would run so much better. It would run so much better.
I said that. Now, my other job, I'm spoiled. Because it's like I get 15 patients. When I went to the other job and I had 30, 35 patients, I said, oh, Lord, and I don't know what I'm doing. I said, I better stay, so I think it's the facility.
The facility. And then the facility,
it's the facility.
Where you been at for years.
Like, we don't take all them kind of people. We don't take them other people. You have to be a retirement. You have, so if like you said, a lot of nurses don't take the other one take anybody. You just come on in. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
yeah, just to get paid. So we getting hit on, and we the ones we're getting hit on it. Like
and they want their medicine.
Yeah, and they want, and when they want their medicine, they want their medicine, and they are hounding you
and then
frustrated.
Want to cuss you out, and I'm like,
it's a lie. It's a lie.
I was gonna say too. Go ahead. You go first.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
You okay?
The ratios is the biggest things for me. I worked in both settings, hospitals and nursing homes, and I feel like hospitals, you getting 1 to 6 max. That's a gravy day, right? But then the nursing home, you're getting 1 to 30, and these patients aren't always as stable as they appear to be. Like you're getting people post surgery, vitals still need to be done, blood sugars. You're getting trachs, you're getting vents, you're getting trachs, you're getting vents, you're doing G-tubes. I mean, you're doing wound care. Nursing homes are really taken for granted because they're not realizing the amount that the nurses are stretched thin. Everyone has multiple different disciplines. Instead of in the hospitals, they got respiratory, they handles the G-tube, they handle the trach patients. They got wound care. We don't have that. We are all these different disciplines wrapped in one, and they still expect us to carry it gracefully and stay in your time period under one hat. And it's very hard. So all the ladies who do it, I mean, it's no easy feat for us.
I was going to say, too, I know you said it's a bunch of nurses out here, but I was a nurse manager at a psych hospital last year. Great money. But, So nurses, everybody don't show up. It's a bunch of nurses, but they don't show up. So we need a bunch of good nurses out here that's gonna really show up for work. Like, be there when you're supposed to be there, because then we got to get agency in there, and then that's more going into the budget. So it's the ratio. It's people just getting into nursing because of the money, that not the heart. Like, because they come when they want to. So I think it's also about having some actual good nurses that actually show up.
Because where I work at, the assistant living in right now, it's getting people. I'm like, and it's the easiest. Again, I've been doing this for 17. It's the easiest place I've worked my entire career. Besides me going to my individual cases, the easiest facility. But people don't want to work. They don't want to work. We barely, even if we get 2 falls, that's still nothing compared to where I used to work, where we would have to have a whole book. We have 1 sheet.
Wow.
To fill out. We used to fill out a whole book when it came to fall. But I'm like, this is easy. But people don't want to work. Don't want to work. So that is the problem. Don't nobody want to work. So we get an agency.
But do you think more people will want to work if the ratios were better, like in those settings?
Like I said, where I'm at, even though right now it's only like 63 people in the building, like you see selling. It's only 63 people in the building. But we still have 3 nurses for each part. And the hall I got upstairs. So I feel like I got the most people. But it's not a lot. It's doable. I could probably do that whole building, technically. I can do all 63. But should I have to? No. That's what I'm saying. It's just people don't want to do the work. It's like it's like people want the money now. It's different. Everybody wants the money, but they don't want to do the job. They don't want to put in the work. They just want to get the paycheck.
And honestly, let's just talk about the money. It's not all that everyone thinks. Nurses are not rich, okay? we are not the new Pablo Escobars. I do not hear what they say. Unless you're working 6, 7, 12 a week, you're not seeing the kind of money they think that you're seeing unless you're traveling, which is now a drought, because I did that too. It's now a drought. It's all dried up. The money's not there. So the only way you're making this unbelievable, insane amount of money is if you're working 7, 12, 6, 7 days a week.
I can't say.
It was clocking our COVID money. That's what that was.
I did as a nurse manager at my old job. I made $51.36. So that was some good money. Yeah, it was some good money. And the nurses' jobs on the floor was easy. But I am breaking up fights. I'm doing all type of stuff all the time because it's psych patients, But it was really good money. And then I was also before that ADON. I made more as the nurse manager than the ADON, but that was good money too. I made $46 an hour, I think. But so in the management, it is good money, but then it takes over your life. So when I got no healthy work-life balance, I'm cool because my personal life is more important than being at work all day. Yeah, right. So I end up leaving. But yeah, so it can in management is some good money for sure. Yeah. But
I'm not going to say not good money.
Yeah,
you make a lot more than other professions and things like
for
that.
Sure.
So I'm not being, ungrateful of this thing. But when we just think about all the money they were given, pandemic
COVID
money, nothing will ever touch that. And they really just show how much more they could expense and how much more we felt valuable because they were willing to pay top dollar to keep everybody safe and healthy. But why does that change? Now that the pandemic is no longer something to be scared about.
And I think that's the problem. The people that's coming in now was looking at what we was getting during COVID. And so I'm like, you think you're going to start and get something? Absolutely. I'm like, that ain't how it works. I'm sorry. No, you got to crawl before you walk, baby. You got to start somewhere. You are just getting in. You're not getting that money. I'm like, hell, I'm not getting that money no more.
Right.
And that's the problem. People saw that like, oh, you getting what nurse? Yeah, I should have been in healthcare. Let me go on and say, like, go ahead.
And then they have the culture shock that hits them. Yes. Oh, is this worth the stress? The mental stress every day. You're not just dealing with one person problems. You're dealing with a multitude of people problems, and you're trying to, hold your sanity and still. My favorite thing I like to say is be the light. I mean. Because it's very dark, and sometimes people don't have families, they don't have friends that visit them, and we're the people they see day in and day out, no matter the setting. They count on us.
And our doctors don't show up like in facilities like they should. Like, I mean, we now have MPs, but some of the doctors, like even MPs, you know, but we don't have the. So I feel bad sometimes for our residents. They don't get the care
It's
that they
sad.
deserve. It's really sad.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It is.
So, as far as like Dr. Dawson, so how many patients do you have? Do you just round? Do you have like a total amount that you round on every day?
Yes. So it differs. So I can have up to 8 patients at a time. I've had up to 20 patients at a time. I think we have to stay capped at a certain amount because we have to see so many patients at once, and it can be dangerous when you are trying to take care of, you know, so many patients. You will miss something, and the smallest thing matters. So we're usually capped no more than 10 patients at a time. Sometimes I've reached 20, and I've done that successfully, but it's harder. It's harder because you have to look at every aspect of the patient.
Okay. See, and I see that's the difference in a hospital doctor versus a nursing home doctor, because a nursing home doctor get the whole building.
Yeah.
Like, you can have like, they get the whole building, and not only just one building, they have like the sister facility. They have multiple buildings that they responsible for. Yes, they get a lot. So a lot of those, like a nursing home doctors, then they will hire on like physician assistants and MPs to help them, you know, on certain days or whatever. So it's a totally different in the healthcare. That's why in the healthcare, where with even the hospital nurses, even the PCAs and the doctors, we're seeing the ratio is less versus even with the doctors, and you know, so I can see they get overwhelmed, because I had to call a doctor recently on Halloween, and he overwhelmed, and then I'm talking to him and asking about the patient, and I can hear him passing out trick or treating, and he basically like, well, Andrew, just do what you do. I hear him like, how many weeks his kids, and like he overwhelmed trying to, you know, his life with, you know, whatever. Like, Andrew, do what you feel best. Like, call me in the morning or whatever. So.
We need that change.
Yeah, it's something got to change. Like we need change. And I sit back and I be like thinking, like, we all sit here and we talk about this, that, you know, what goes on or whatever. I be like, dang, if I had some money, because I love long-term care. I love it. I love long-term care facilities. That's all I know. And I love it. I don't see myself going nowhere else. And I love it. But I be sitting back and I be just like, my head get to wander in my mind, and I be like, if I had a lot of money, I wish I could just own a nursing home, and I can just like, even like, it just be, like all of us, like, just, you know, be working together. You know what I'm saying? I need, you know, to have good nurses, and, you know, and just pay them, you know, because I feel like if you pay a person, they gonna do their damn best, because money talk. Money talk. And that's what I be thinking, like, if somebody who very compassionate, because I be thinking some of these owners not that compassionate, because if you're compassionate, what's $2 or $3 extra to give your workers? You know, what's that? So I be visualizing that. I also came up with, like, even if I can't own one, I wish that I can get a group of people, like STNAs, nurses, and we just, like, take over a nursing home. Like, we just go take over a nursing home, just all of us, and we know we gonna show up, and we gonna be compassionate, and we gonna do this, and we gonna give them that, you know, and maybe like, and then start teaching people and the other people to come on now how to be. But it take to get a team, stay there for 2 years, move to the next nursing home, move to the next one, you know, like to bring back the compassionate and good workers, and you know, just that, because you know everything is about $1, because you know, you know me, you know I love $1. I love $1, but I'm a strong believer that God said, take care of my people and I'll take care of you. So I want to be, you know, be that I want to do that, like just get a good team of people. You know, nowadays you got so many people in management, and what I want to tell people, I tell a lot of people in management, and it's like, just because you in management, what give you the right to talk to people crazy?
Right.
Because you in management. Yes. Because you went to school a year and a half more than me. So now you in position And now you want to feel like you can talk to another human being, another grown person, such as me, as 53-year-old. I respect people in their position. I respect them to the fullest. But it's a way you talk to me. You got to bring it down because I'm going to keep it down. Mm-hmm. So I just feel like we need more people like to love what they do and be respectful of people, because people is nowadays, and nowadays everybody get to have these positions now, because they craving for them. But a lot of people jumping in it for the money, but a lot of people I done seen, they don't know how to hold the position. They don't know how to be a leader. Mm-hmm. They just in position. So now I just wish that we can just get a group of people that, you know, that love their workers, love what they do, love their residents, and be more compassionate. You know,
I want to say something
way,
too.
not just with the resident. Be compassionate with your staff. With your staff. It's a lot of people just like mean nowadays. Like, what did you mean for? Because you got a degree. Who said you, because you got a degree, now you're mean? I'm not getting this. And I hate it. I truly, truly hate it. So,
I was going to say, when I became an ADON, an issue, too, they don't train you. They just throw you out there. So I had probably about 3 days of training with my ADON position, and the other ADON had to go to another facility. And 3 days of ADON position when you run in that building is crazy. So I feel like you don't get the proper training also in nursing. They just want to fill that position. They don't train you. So then you out here figuring it out on your own. So that's a huge issue too. Oh yeah. She ain't listening.
But then I also feel like when people are in that place of, you know, now you're the leader, that you have to get out and know your staff. You got to introduce yourself. You got to get on the floor. You got to see what don't work, what schedules. But they don't want you that. They want everyone to be paperwork nurses. They want you to crunch their numbers, cut back on this. But the most important thing is the people. And I feel like nursing, they're forgetting the people. They're forgetting the importance of the patient. Yeah. Without them, we won't have jobs. That's what we're here for. Yeah. But everywhere is just a shortage of people who actually care.
And it is too. And then back to just, you know, a lot of people, I hear people say, they don't pay me enough to do all that. So what are you here for? Like, I hear that all too often. They don't pay me enough to do all of that. But what are you here for? We all know in nursing what we sign up for. That's everywhere. But I just didn't, you know, I go back to the staff, the owners and the staff people, whatever, to be advocates. If you in these positions, be advocate for your floor nurses, to talk to these owners. Don't be scared to be afraid to get your position taken, because you're right there with them. You know, when you in this managed position, stand up for these for the workers. You know, a lot of these facilities, they use a lot of agency. A lot of facilities rather pay their agency than they own staff. And I learned a long time ago, in some of these places, administrator told me this years ago, because I went to administrator one time, and I said, why would you, well, y'all got all these agency in here, but y'all won't really give us a raise. And that administrator told me years ago, I see what y'all do. If it was up to me, I would give y'all a big raise. But what they do is, they use a lot of agency. Guess why? Because they can use it as a tax write-off.
They write the money out. That's right.
So that's why you hear them like, why they won't pay their staff? They pay agency all this money to come in here because they get to use it as a tax write-off. That's why they use a lot of agency. It never made sense until the administrator told me that. It's like, they're going to write that off as a tax because they had to bring in outside source to help staff their facilities. So it made sense. So that's why I'm like, wow, that's why they use agency. But I feel like if I had a facility, I feel like pay your staff this much money. I guarantee you the call-offs will go off. Everybody going to come to work and make their money.
You have consistent care.
You have consistent care. The continuity of care has gone down because now they in and out. I'm an agency. I'm on staff now. My first job in 5 years, because all I did was agency for the last 5 years. So I'm at a facility now, and to be honest, I actually like the facility. And I feel like, recently, I was like, dang, I think I was about to get pushed away because of a situation, because of the scheduling. But, I'm like, God led me there. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I wouldn't take no position nowhere. I wouldn't take no position nowhere. But I really feel like it's a good facility. Every facility has its ups and downs. Ain't no facility is perfect. But honestly, at the facility that I work at now, I truly do like it. It has its challenging days or whatever, but I do like it. I feel like I'm there for a reason. God always directs my path. I asked him. So for me to plant my foot there, I know it's of God. And it can be better, things can be better, but right now I do like my job, whatever. And they are trying to get out agency, and I get it. We kind of getting hit, a little punished because they want to get rid of agency. But in my, agency's not bad because not every agency person, like when I was agency, whatever facility I went to, I worked there.
Yeah, we had a bad name.
Agency did. I worked there. I performed like I work here. If I'm here today, I work there. It wasn't like, oh, I ain't gonna do this because I done work there. I'm a nurse. I work for a company. I'm going to represent the company that I work for.
They will look at you like, oh, you agency? Like, yeah, like I'm still a nurse. I'm coming to do my job.
Right.
I'm coming to work. Like,
I'm actually coming to help y'all.
Right.
Like,
so you won't be sure. So, but the agency world, they be like agency right now. Agency, right, to me, they're not even paying that much now.
It's a drought.
It's like a big drought. It's a big drought. That's why God said, you better get in. You better listen. So I listen, And I listen. Where I work at, they do payback experience, and I was excited that they did do that because some of these nursing homes are not, no disrespect to no new nurses, and you know what I'm saying or whatever, but some of these places would pay. I've been a nurse 18 years versus somebody just like my friend who, a month. Some of these facilities do that. Not saying y'all don't deserve to make the same as we or whatever, but sometimes that do be like a slap in the face. Like,
because you had to think about it when the 18 years. The time you started minimum wage and all that stuff was low, but now everything going up. So you got to look at it like, hey, you can't give me no $20, and the economy is high, so it goes. I think that's how it based off now.
And a lot of facilities don't see that. A lot of facilities don't see that, and they don't go by your experience. You see what I'm saying? Versus where I'm at now, they go by your experience. So I feel like they should. So I see what you're saying. That is true. But I feel like they need to take a lot of that in consideration too, because you will have some nurses like, you probably can have this field if you did do that. You see what I'm saying? If you're going by experience, and you won't have to use all this agency, because if you won't, if you paying people, a lot of them just not paying people these days. So that's another reason why the facility's not filled.
if they want to come in and pay them a decent amount of money, it's just like each year I should be getting way more than.
Yes.
I should keep getting more. I feel like it's a big slap. I've had to start at 23, 17 years ago, and if I'm not saying start them at 23 yet, but I'm
just throwing some numbers out.
But still like respect the nurses that's been there, doctor, whoever, and that's with any career. That's with any career. You're not gonna start everybody off at the same thing. Period. That's just life.
Right.
But everyone does deserve that tenure, and I do feel like she touched on, the cost of living is high now. The economy is higher. So if you're raising minimum wage, y'all need a raise, the base pay across the board everywhere, and then add on the tenure and pay for experience and expertise on top of that.
Yes, and I'm also kind of in a new nurse. It'll be 2 years next month, but it was plenty of times I done worked at a place and they're paying me more than what the nurses was already working there. And it is a slap in the face, because if we get to talking, even though they tell us not to, I wasn't boasting about it, but I'm like, yeah, it's just this, and they like, what? And I'm like, oh, you wasn't, and it's a slap in the face. And I'm a new nurse saying that because it is a slap in the face. Because, y'all did, like you said, 10, 15 years, and I'm coming in 2 years, and I'm like, it's a slap in the face. So I definitely get that.
So, doctor. You have doctor. So do you hear a lot of that with doctors? Like, do you hear a lot of that? Like, as far as
the pay?
Oh, like in terms of pay?
Like the salary?
The most I hear it comes to female and male. So females, inevitably they get paid less than males as physicians. So sometimes we're trying to like do this equal pay. We're trying to make sure that females are getting paid as much as a male. If you're a vascular surgeon, if you're a cardiologist, then you need to be, if your vascular surgeon is a woman and your vascular surgeon is a male, and you guys have the same training, they should be get paid the same. But when we come out of training, our salary goes from this to this. It's like a shock in the face. But like you guys were saying, babies don't come making people who've been in the game for 30 years making the same amount. They're probably making millions or, hundreds and thousands. We're not making the same amount. We're starting here because we don't have the experience that they do. So that's how we start. That's how physicians start. We definitely not going to come in making as much as someone who's been paying.
Being there longer.
Oh, yeah.
And I just think that's fair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know everybody want to make money and this and that.
Yeah.
But I just think that's just an overall just fairness.
That goes back to that saying, you got to crawl before you walk, walk before you run.
Yes.
That's true. That is true.
Born with a silver spoon.
Man.
So, Nurse Akia.
Is that funny?
So I know you in school
Hall
for
of
your
Fame.
RN now.
Yes.
So are you where are you taking your career after you become an RN?
Honestly, I'm not sure just yet, but I know I do want to work in the hospital and get the experience. I think I want to just go straight for med surg because that's just who I am. I want to learn it all. So I think that's where the direction I'm headed, but I'm not really sure, but I'm sure it would be med surg because that's how I was when I first became an LPN. I started off in assisted living, and even though it was very nice, but it wasn't for me. I'm more of a skilled person. I'm more like hands-on. I got to be up doing some things. So when I got a taste of skill, now I'm stuck, So now that I am back in school for my RN, it's like I know exactly what I want to do. I know head out, I want to get the experience. I want to learn everything, even if it's, I just want to get out there. And I know that that's what I want to do. So it's probably going to be that. And then from there, that's when I can be like, oh, okay, maybe I want to settle in this area. But I know I want to teach me everything. So I can be put into different rooms and I know exactly how to show up. So, love it.
So Chandra, I just know you just got out of school. Do you plan on going back?
No.
That's a hell no.
Absolutely not. I'm not, no. I mean, I put 2 years of my life on hold. I mean, it was worth it. I mean, I'm getting old. I'm 53. I want to travel, enjoy the rest of my life. This is where I'm going to be. Yeah.
So Brittany, I know you waiting to take your boards. So after you become an RN, where are you standing?
We have some company.
We got company. Sorry, okay. I thought nurses thought we was about to have to go take off and go have somebody come up.
Did you take your stethoscope?
Real fast. Thought we was about to have to go do somebody. Well, we had a doctor here. She was about to give us orders and this and that.
They would have been in good hands.
We was going to do some Good Samaritan act, y'all. That's what we was about to do. Some Good Samaritan act.
I would have helped you.
So, Brittany, where do you see yourself once you become, you get your license?
So, funny, right now I work at a facility. I have worked hospital, and I also currently work at Sonabella. I shouldn't have said the place, but I say that because I never thought about cosmetics. So that's why I bring up the name of where I work. Shouldn't have said that. But anyways, I did think of cosmetics. I really like that. So now I want to open something, and I kind of want to go that route. But as far as my RN and going back into the hospital, I came from OR as a PCA. I love the OR. I'm a hospital girly. I love the OR. It's something about that. But I love trauma. It's something about trauma that I love trauma. And I think if I would have stayed in the hospital, the nursing home facility wouldn't be as overwhelming as it has become for me. To me, it's overwhelming because I feel like the load is just heavier and heavier because it's not just paperwork, it's not just resident care, it's not just med pass, it's everything. So I found myself more overwhelmed. So I want to open my own business, but for starters, I want to go into, my goal is to get somewhere to trauma.
Okay.
So,
Okay, great. So as for myself, I was supposed to start school with Akia. October the 7th, she started. I was going with her. And it's like God spoke to me and told me no. I just, I've been an LPN forever. I think I'm just going to stay an LPN. It's like, I listened to God and I just felt like I was going to go and signed up, everything, I was going. I really was going, but I just feel like God spoke to me and, I don't have to further this education. He has something else for me. Not that I'm leaving healthcare, whatever. I love healthcare, but it's something that I'll tell y'all later at a later time or whatever that me and my husband got going on that, it's going to be, it's a nonprofit. But it's still going to be as far as like me still able to be a nurse, but more
for yourself.
Yeah, for myself or whatever. And I just feel like God want me to chill out. Sometimes you got to listen to God. Yeah. And the money be good and everything. But sometimes you just got to, and again, I always say that. God said, take care of my people and I'll take care of you. So I do a lot of things and I don't expect nothing in return. I do a lot of free events, not off topic from, nursing and everything, just because I love hard. And I told myself, I'm like, what I'm going to go get my RN for? I'm not leaving long-term care. I'm going to still be in long-term care. I don't want to manage nobody. I didn't raise my kids. I didn't raise my kids. My kids are grown. I don't want to manage nobody. I just want to, be at peace in life. And I don't want to sit in nobody's class, being stressful, having to, turn in paper. My life is not shook up right now, and I don't want to shake it up. Peace be still. Peace be still, and just enjoy my life. Enjoy where I'm at in life. So that's where I'm at. I'm not going back to school. I don't, I joke a lot about, being like one time I posted on Facebook, I think I'm the last LPN left. Everybody went back to school to be an RN. But I joke about that. But honestly, I can do it. I can go. But I'm content. I'm actually happy in life, So I'm LPN for life.
And I do feel like LPNs do get pressured to go back, or like we're looked at as like the lower field of nursing, or are you gonna go back for your RN? It's like always like you need to level up to other people. It's never like, oh, good for you.
Right.
That's how I feel about it.
So I would say, that's why I was going back between the LPN and the RN, because people, even when the paramedics come and they'll see like, man, why don't you become an RN? And so honestly, I was going back to be an RN in 2011, but the day that I was going was the day my son passed. And so I decided that must not been where I was supposed to be going. I almost gave up nursing completely after that. And so ironically, I was actually going to go back finally in August. And then I was like, hey, maybe I won't. I kept going back and forth because I told myself, I said, if you finish and get your real estate license, then you're going back to get your RN. And so I got my real estate license. So I'm like, okay, I'm going back. And then I was okay, I'll wait until January to start. But then I just spoke with another nurse the other day at work. And I was like, honestly, basically what you just said, like I do so much. I've been running a nonprofit, helping families. I was a teen mom, taking care of my son with cerebral palsy since I was 15. And I've been giving and giving and giving and giving. And now I'm like, it's my time. Like I'm tired. I'm tired of doing for everybody. So now I want to do for me. I want to focus on real estate. I want to continue to focus on acting. I want to pour into Tammy now. Exactly. So I can pour into everybody else. So I'm like, maybe LPN for life. Maybe that's why I'm stopping.
LPN for life.
I don't want to manage nobody else. Like, even with my nonprofit, I'm telling people, like, I'm kind of, like, slowing it down because I'm like, I don't want to have that burden of doing that. Like, it was a lot. And I want to live my life. I want to continue investing in properties, and I just want to travel and enjoy my husband and enjoy my children and my family. That's all I want to do now. Like 2026, that's what it's about. Come on. I'm like, you know what? No, that's cool. I ain't doing shit. I'm saying, like, I'm done. So you just actually gave me my confirmation. Like, you was talking to me like I was like, that's what I was telling you. So you just kind of poured into me and gave me that confirmation of God telling me to peace be still.
Right, and that's what he do. God really does that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when you basically just said it, did you say LPN for life too? Okay, so because she's so young.
I'm still young. But I feel like I probably should have just went straight RN because I don't really have a desire to go back to school. I want to, like, okay, I'm doing nursing. I want to look into other things to do, like not just consume myself in just the nursing field and lose myself in nursing. I want to do other things outside of that.
Because if Because if we being honest, school does drain you. It takes the life out of you. So it definitely took me a while to get in the mindset of, and I'm still trying to get in the mindset, even though I'm in school right now, just trying to balance it all. It's like, oh my goodness. Because once you get to that point, and y'all know the point that I'm talking about, where it's like you headstrong in them nursing classes and trying to balance life, like I'm still trying to balance it out. Like, and I mean, I can't really say why my desire was to go back, but I love nursing, even on my bad days. I love it. It's my passion. I know that this is where I'm supposed to be. So furthering my career is just like, it's like fueling me up, really. Like, it's like I just got fire in me with it. And it's just like, I love the nursing homes, different nursing homes, the bad ones, the good ones. Because when I show up, like you say, this is my job. This is my assignment. This is what I'm doing. So I feel like even though I'm not there every day, I'm still showing up for my patients that I have that day. So that fuel my heart, honestly.
Mm-hmm. So Markiana, so what does a good nurse mean to you?
A good nurse means to me is a nurse that that's in it, that has the passion for helping people, that want to actually spend that time and not just come to get a check or, get the check. For me, I feel like I am a good nurse. Like, I got into nursing because I love helping people, like that, all the way around, not just in nursing, just helping people. So I feel like a good nurse is just having that passion, giving the patient quality care, because the patients know. Since I was a PCA, like I had patients holding my hands, like, please don't let me go. Please don't leave out of here. Like, I'll be crying because I'm a crybaby, but they reassured me, like, I'm doing the right thing. So I feel like that's what a good nurse is.
Brianna?
I really feel like nursing is something you have to be called for. It's not a job that you should just get for the money, because no matter what kind of job you have, the money's never going to feel enough unless you are called, unless this is your assignment to be here and care for people. It goes past medication, goes past, doing your treatments or whatever that might be. We're actually here to help them along their way as well. I feel like each person that we come and interact with, we are meant to give something to them. So I try to think about that. So a good nurse, to me, is a giver. You're there and you're willing to give to the people that you're caring for. Even when you're tired, you're exhausted, you're overwhelmed, you're still showing up to provide the best care that you can. And if you don't have the best care, you're looking for someone else to help facilitate that for them.
Tammy?
So I agree with everything B said. I always tell people, they say, how did you get into nursing? Was it because of your son? And I said, no, God actually chose it for me. I didn't choose healthcare. He chose it for me. Just the person he chose me to, created me to be, was a giving, caring, loving individual. And that's who I am. And like you say, show up on your best days. I literally just worked on Saturday, November 8th, and it was my son's birthday, his 30th birthday. And I went into work with a heavy heart in my office crying, but I still showed up for my residents. I still made them smile. I still kept them good. Like, they was happy to see me. You know, I'm like, there. And honestly, I was on a dementia, on a lockdown unit, and my resident got dementia, and usually I go and hug her. I hug all my residents. I know everybody in that building. I know everyone by name. And she came over to me that day, and she hugged me. And I was just like, and then then we separated, but then she came back and hugged me again. And I'm like, she knew. I'm like, you must have felt my energy. And then I sat by her and she said, are you good? I said, yes, ma'am, I'm good. You good? She said, and so I'm like, it's all about your energy and the way you move with your residents, the way you talk to them. Like, you can't go, like, they appreciate those smiles. They appreciate, you can't be aggressive. You give them that energy, they're giving it right back. I tell my aides that. You can't go in like that.
Exactly.
So you have to go in with that. I always say, how would you treat your family member? I said, act like this is your mom or your dad in here. And that's you got to treat them like that. You got to stay compassionate. You have to just love on them. It's going to be hard. They're going to be sassy. They're going to cuss at you. They're going to come at you sideways. But you still give them that love. And I told my one resident, I said, girl, you have one of them days. I don't know what you're talking about. I said, Monica song. You have one of them days. It's okay. You know, but just love on them. And I think that's what a good nurse is. It's just always continuously showing up for your residents, for your patients, no matter what you got going on and no matter how you've been treated that day. Still give them that love. And then take yourself to the break room, or when you leave work, honey, go to the bar. It's okay. Have a drink.
Right.
And treating them like they human,
Treat them like they human.
just like they normal, you know, and they love that about when we show up that way. That's the most I've learned. Like, just not treating them like, oh, okay, I'm doing this and that's it. No, I'm going in there, hey, how are you?
Exactly.
Okay. You know, just normal. They want that because it's a lot of them that don't get that. It's a lot of them that don't get them hugs. It's a lot of them that don't even get the actual physical touch where you just like, oh, hey, how are you? You know, or just being nice and just, you know, it's so many of them that families don't even come. So it's just like showing up and having that good energy and just, hey, good morning, how are you? How are you? And just listening. It could be whatever, and you just listening. They be like, it does. It makes a difference with your patient. It really do.
Right. So what a good nurse mean to you?
I would say a good nurse is being compassionate, treating them like you would want to be treated, making sure that they're cared for like they deserve to be, like we would want to be cared for. Leaving your outside life outside of your workplace,
right,
and then leaving your workplace out inside.
Yeah.
Don't
bring it home, right? Because you got to balance it.
Yeah.
You got to have to find that balance. To me, being a good nurse is what you all have said is mainly being compassionate. That's the number one with me, is being compassionate, because being compassionate take you a long way. And I learned too, with us being so overworked throughout the years, you know, me navigating through, you know, this nursing thing and trying to be a great nurse and trying to hear your patients. And when it's dumped, you know, like I do things like this. Like if I had a patient and be like, oh, Andrea, I need to talk to you about this and that or whatever. I'll say, can you tell me a little bit, but I'm gonna come back to you. I'm gonna go finish this, because sometimes you just don't have time to hear them all the way out. But and I will write down little things like such and such, so I won't forget, wanted to talk about this. And if you have some downtime, I will go back to their room and be like, you know, if it's something, I ask them first, is this something pertaining that they need me to do right now for them? If it's nothing, they just want to have a conversation and talk about something, I would say, I'm gonna come back, and you know, and I honestly show up. I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk to them and I'm going to hear them. Because sometimes they just want somebody to talk to. They be in those rooms all day long. People just in and out, and don't talk to them, don't have something to talk about. I have one patient, and, you know, he love to talk. And I kind of like have my cart by his door a lot. And he hollering from his room back and forth, just love to talk. But they really just be wanting to hear, just have a conversation other than I'm sick, I'm in pain. They want to tell you things about their life, and and they don't get people that really have time to listen to them. So sometimes, when and I've been doing this for years. If I'm just at the nurse's station, I don't have nothing, I jump up and such want to talk to me. I'm gonna go in their room and see what's up with them. Stuff like that. Like it goes a long way, and it means a lot to them just for somebody just stop by and listen to them. And just listen. So we do get overworked and we don't have time, but sometimes it is when you just sitting there. And it can help you too, because if you having some issues or something going on with you and, mentally or stressful or whatever, just go sit and talk to one of your patients. I'm a strong believer in shifting the mind. You have to find ways of shifting your mind, because if you don't know how to shift your mind, then you will get caught up in stress on a lot of things. So something just that simple too helps you. Help them, help you.
Right.
So what does being a good nurse mean to you?
I think everybody so far has touched on great points. I think being a good nurse, is being selfless. We do all have our own personal issues, whether it's children, whether it's our mothers, our fathers, our just loved ones, our spouses, like just being selfless. And sometimes it is like she made a good, what's your name again?
Madison.
Madison made a great point about leaving home outside or at home and work at work. Sometimes that's impossible. Sometimes it's not easy to do such a thing because we are attached to our residents. So trying to leave what's going on with the resident at work, that's hard. So we take it home. And so for those of us that are on the panel who have spouses can kind of go home without giving too much. You can kind of pour into a spouse, but like say me, somebody who's single and no kids, I'm at home, it's just weighing on me about certain things. So sometimes it's hard to leave and separate the two. But even when we at work, like Tammy said, the weight of coming to work with a heavy heart and being selfless. I lost my grandmother, and I literally was I was at work when I lost my grandmother. I left work, missed one day, and went right back to work. So it still weighed on me every single day. I would catch myself crying and going into the bathroom, and this was recent. So it's just like, you have to be able to turn off all those emotions to take care of that person, because at the end of the day, I am here for them. But I also have to remember what I'm going through too, because I'm human. We're human, so we have to give ourselves that grace. But I also want to say something too, not even to get off the topic of what's a good nurse, because we're great nurses. But I just want to say thank you to our aides too, our PCAs, our STNAs, our CNAs. It's not easy for them, just as like it's not easy for us. And I know we all don't get along every day. We don't. Sometimes we have the worst days. Sometimes we have the best days. But I miss when work was like family, because we at work more than we at home half the time. And like now I go to work, we like, what we eating today? First thing we say, 7 o'clock in the morning, we like, what we eating today? So I just want to say thank you to the aides. Thank you to every level of care, housekeeping, aides, management. We don't like y'all all the time, but we thank y'all. Dietary, we want to say thank you to everybody. We appreciate y'all. This is a nurse podcast, but thank you to all levels of care, because without each level of care, we wouldn't even be able to run at all. The facility would be shot. So thank you. But yes, being selfless is what a good nurse is to me.
Chandra?
What a good nurse is to me. Okay, what a good nurse means to me is showing up on time. I gotta work on. Just putting y'all into it. Give them your 100%. That's how I am. Because I'm only, like I said, been a nurse for 30 days, so I'm still learning, and I want to learn it. And just whatever the opportunity is, I'm just gonna give my resident. Because I love, even when I was an aide, that I had a resident say, I'm gonna hate that you leave. I don't want you to pass your test. I said, huh? She said, I don't want you to pass your test. I said, oh, okay. She said, no, it's not it's not a bad thing. She said, because I'm going to miss that care you gave me. You know, I'm not going to get that treatment no more. You know what I'm saying? So every morning I go in her room, even though, you know, I'm not I'm a nurse now. You know, and she be like, you going to still bring the dog up to see me? Because I used to take my dog. She got pictures of my dog. So, you know, you do fall in love with these residents, you know, and I'm going to miss that, you know. So
Doctor, what does a good doctor mean to you?
Oh, a good doctor. Okay. I think a good doctor is someone who comes in and is humble, who knows how to connect with other people despite their title. And most importantly, they're there for the patients. Like, you know, when people are sick, they're at their weakest level. They feel vulnerable, and they have to sit there and tell you about what's going on with them. And so if you walk in the room and you only give them 5 minutes and then you walk out, they don't feel heard. And so they don't really trust you to build that bond and get medications from you, you know. Oh, you have to get this surgery. You only give me 5 minutes of your time. So I think being able to give the patients your time makes a good doctor. Being compassionate and humble, and being able to communicate with the team. You know, everybody's opinion counts. It's not just yours, you know. And so I think that makes a great doctor as well. And then going above that and communicating with the uppers. And so I think it's a wide range of things that make a great doctor, but those are just some of the most important ones for sure.
So one more question to you.
Yeah.
What would you tell someone who wants to become a doctor, especially a young person?
Oh, yeah.
Because you tell her a little how old.
Put on your backpack. Take your backpack to Wendy's. Take your backpack to the clubhouse. You're never going anywhere without a backpack. Like we are learners, not only doctors, but nurses, you know, for the rest of your life. And if you want to become a doctor, you know, you establish that early, you know, as an undergrad, when you're, you know, getting your bachelor's, you go for your bachelor's and you try to get as good grades as possible. And then when you transition to medical school, you try to be summa cum laude, highest honors, and then, you know, try to work hard. But it takes organization, it takes dedication. You're not going out, you're not partying, and sometimes that can really affect this. I mean, instead of going out and having fun with your friends, you're spending 18-hour days trying to study for, you know, a very short period of time, and you're trying to cram everything in, but you have to do it very well, because at the end of the day, once you finish studying, you have to go out and practice it, and people have to trust you. Right. And so it's tough to become a doctor, but it's doable. You can do it if you're dedicated, and you're willing to work hard to become that. So I hope that answers the question. There's so much more. I can go into detail on what it takes to get there, but yeah.
I just love you. You know, you was on our podcast once before, and I just wanted to shoot that out there, just for people who didn't catch it or whatever. Can you just tell them like how old you were when you started, and then how old you were when you finished?
Okay. So I was 17 when I finished high school. I started undergrad at 18. That took me 5 years because I double majored in biochemistry and chemistry. Then I became a chemist, and then I went into medical school at 24, and I was finished with medical school after 4 years, so that's 28. And then I had to go to residency, which I'm currently in now, and that takes you 3 years depending on what your specialty is. So, and then after residency, if you want to do fellowship or if you want to just practice, you can choose to be a fellow or an attending. And fellowship, currently I'm thinking about cardiology or ICU. That's what I've been teeting on the fence of. That's another 3 years. Are we doing the math? I'm just kidding. Take your book back. I'm just playing. And then, but you know, sometimes people get tired. They want to, you know, prioritize family. They're saying, I just want to live. I want to take care of my kids. It's time for me to settle down. And they just jump straight into attending. So it's a long path, but it's very doable if you're, like I said, if you're determined, if you're compassionate about it, and that's what you want to, if that's what you want to occupy. But just remember, you are a lifelong learner. It doesn't matter if you're a doctor, a nurse, PCA. You're gonna. The healthcare field requires that
you're always
learning.
Always learning.
Yeah.
And you is, I even say now, as far as me, you know, being a nurse as long as I am, some of these new nurses be teaching me. I'm like, they do that now? Wait a minute. minute, we didn't do this when so this this what they taught us. This what we supposed to do, and I be googling stuff. It's true. Like it really is. It is something they change. Some of this medication now, like I'm telling y'all, years ago, I used to know what's what. I used to think I was the doctor. Like, doctor, can we put such on this and that? And now I be like, what's this medicine?
Right.
Like, it's so many different medication out there now and everything. Like the pharmaceutical, they put out so many medicine. It was not this much medicine back then, y'all. It was not. So, I mean, like you said, you always learning. Cause me, I'm still learning. I'm still learning. Yeah. So, I guess we can. I can't.
Yeah. No, you're fine. I feel like y'all really hit all the points, though, honestly, about being a good nurse.
So what's a good
but
nurse?
I would say a good nurse to me is, it's just kind of in you. I don't even know how to explain it because it's in you. It's just in you. Just showing up, being you. You know, like, that's the best way I can explain being a good nurse. It's in you. Honestly, it's just in you.
And you said human being. I think.
Oh yes, being human. Honestly, yes, showing up. But like, it's just, I just feel like nursing is just, I don't know. I can't really explain a good nurse, but because I just feel like you just gotta. It's just in you. It's honestly just in you. It's who you are. Like she was saying, if you love helping people, not just elderly, but just all kinds of people, you just know that you help. Like it's in you. You don't know why. It just. That's what God tell you to do. Like, you know, it's just in you.
Okay. So before we wrap it up, I'm just going to let everybody say one last thing before we close out as far as nursing, something that you've been wanting to say. And so we can still go ahead and start with you.
I already gave you your flowers, thank you for bringing all of us together. Honestly, I just want y'all to know that y'all great, be great. I know that this is like a, you know, it's hard. You're going to have bad days, good days, but just continue to be who you are. Don't let the bad days change who you are as a nurse. Don't let it do that. But and make sure you're taking care of yourself. Put you first. That was the best thing that you're saying, and I'm happy that you are doing that, you know. But put you first, honestly. And then that will pour into others. Then you can pour into others. But don't pour into others with your cup half full or empty at all. But yeah, just continue to be great, y'all. You know, we trying. We trying.
Thank you for having me on this podcast. I got to really learn a lot. And I just want to say, be the change you want to see in everybody else. You know, start with, you know, compassion and humility and just kind of push that out into the world, you know. And I think that is what I would leave the audience with.
I would say thanks for having me on here. I really learned a lot, you know. I just got to be patient, and I'm going to get there.
Mm-hmm. You will.
Thank you as well for having me on this podcast. I was so nervous. I still am. What would I say? I would just say, yes, giving us ourselves grace and just remembering that we're human and we do sometimes have to step back. We give so much time to work and we pick up, and we never do self-care. Like, as we think as women, self-care is just hair and nails and toes, and it's not. Our bodies are breaking down from the inside out, and we need to literally self-care. Take those vacations. Use that PTO. It's for a reason. If my boss watching this, I don't have none yet. I'm new. It's okay. But no, we just got to learn to take care of ourselves and remember that we're human too.
Yeah. So before we leave, I want to thank you ladies coming to my first nurse podcast. This is something I'm going to be doing once a month. I know a lot of people was, you know, commenting. I appreciate y'all commenting. Y'all, actually, as I'm reading the comments, it's giving me ideas for my next podcast. So I will be piggybacking from those comments to address, because some of them was some good ones. They did not go unnoticed. This is new to me too, as far as doing a podcast. So I will, some of them I see that I am going to piggyback on, and I will be addressing those on my next podcast that I will be doing. And like I said, I'll be doing it once a month. Again, thank you ladies for coming out, and not being nervous, and or y'all were being nervous, but y'all loosen up and just being, and showing up for me. I appreciate it. Because y'all could have been, doing something else, but just showing up for me for my first one.
Did the Bengals? Who won the game?
I got it on my phone. Yeah. So, anything you want to say before we close out?
I would say thank you for having me on this podcast. I'm just warming up. But I want to thank the nurses that have been in the game for 10, 15, 20 years. You make me feel at home at work. And I'm getting a routine down. You just jump in it. You don't, okay, this is what we're supposed to do. We just jump in this and learn on our own and get a routine for ourselves. So I want to thank everybody and keep being y'all, keep being awesome, keep saving lives.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for this amazing platform in general. But, be true to you. Go in with the open heart, open mindset, and treat them the way you want to be treated. Just love on them hardcore. Just continue to be great nurses, y'all. Literally, we need great nurses.
Yes,
we really do.
yes.
Every time I see and hear somebody about to become a nurse, I'm like, yes, because I'm ready to leave. Yes, please. Yes. Seriously, because we need good nurses. So, this is a great platform. Thanks for having me.
I just want to also say thank you to all the ladies here. This was a great experience. And to all the watchers or followers, you all are just important, and especially the people we care for and take care of. I want to thank you all. If, you see us and you know of a good nurse, thank you. We need our patients. We need the people who make us who we are, who allow us to be the carers and lovers and givers that we were destined to be. So, thanks.
Thank you for having me, Angie, and thank you all. It was nice being on here with y'all. I would say keep God first and just keep pouring into yourself so that you're able to pour into the patients and give the patients the care they need. Yeah, that's it.
And I love that everybody saying the force, the self-care. I just did a self-care retreat with ladies because we do need that. Besides just nursing, outside of just nursing, we do need to start pouring into ourselves more. We everything is on us as women. Just that self-care is so important. Like someone just said, it's not your hair and your nails. And I'm learning self-care to say no.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. No. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning self-care just to say no. And no to myself. Sometimes I can be okay, let me just show y'all this right now. Just to go off the nails. This morning. Sometimes you can just to relax your mental. I know I'm doing this podcast and I'm like, look at my nails. Listen, I was like, I'm about to get up, I'm gonna go get my nails done. Just to rush, even just sometimes that you can say no to. Just to be relaxed. You can say no to little things like that. Like, I need to be cute. I need to get this. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have it done because I'm about to have this podcast. And I was gonna work myself up. I just relax. I relax. You know what I'm saying? Everything I'm learning don't have to be picture perfect. Don't have to be picture perfect. I could have got my nails done, but I told myself, no, sit down, relax. Sit down, relax. It's okay to relax. It's okay to relax. So, self-care today, didn't do self-care. Was self-care. So, I'm going to end this. You all, like I said, once a month I'll be on. Anybody want to come back? I don't have a date yet for next month. Different topics. I want to grow in this. If y'all have any topic ideas for me, shoot them my way. I'm one of the ones, I'm not like, I ain't going to do what you asked me to do. I love ideas, different ideas. I'm just one of that type of person. I love it. I love the different perspective from different people and what they think and stuff like that. So I would do this once a month. Anybody want to come back with me? Hey, feel free to come back. I'll let y'all shoot y'all the dates just because I'm shooting it. You can't. I won't be mad, but I will be, just to be a once a month thing. And We're going to end this for now, and thanks everybody who was watching. If anyone want to come and be in a live audience with us, we would love that. I think it would get juicier. I don't want, like my platform, anybody know me, I'm positive. Everything I do is all about positivity. If somebody say I'm not positive, you don't know me. I'm serious. I'm the same all the time. But I just, I wanted to stay positive, everything positive. But if people have a disagreement on something, that's okay. People are allowed to disagree. People can have different opinions. So we don't have to agree on everything when we doing these nurse podcasts, But I would love anybody I give the date, want to come, join, be a live audience. Hey, come. Inbox me, I'll give you the address, and we're going to end this for now. Thank you, ladies, and LPN for life.